and welcome back to Maverick Hunter X File Mode. Today we're going to start off by taking down Chill Penguin.
Chill Penguin!
I'll show you how strong.
Alright, so right off the back you'll notice that when you play File Mode, his music has a lot more emphasis on rock. So much so that they play the same exact theme for all 8 Maverick fights as well as Central Highway. Don't get me wrong, it's a good thing, but the fact that it plays in 9 levels, it's like, what were they thinking? Why not make, I don't know, more metal versions of the original themes? I'm not that big of a metal person, but that probably would have gone better than just hearing the same theme 8 different times. So yes, Chill Penguin stage, you're gonna fight different enemies within each stage in general for File Mode. Made to be a little harder, but to make up for the fact that you have a bit more arsenal, and I was just waiting for him to throw his bust off, but he decided not to, so I was like, whatever. The reason I'm going for Chill Penguin first is because of the upgrade you get from beating him. You don't get upgrades to Vile from Light Castles as I mentioned before in the last part. Like right here, instead of Light Castles, it's just health pickups. Although I think that's the only instance where there's actually something where a Light Capsule was. Now that I think about it, I don't even know what's there for Flame on stage because I'm pretty sure I don't go there. But yes, you'll know I'm taking my time just because there's just so much that can blindside you on the stage. Those rolling enemies, they were there in the originals for X, but Vile has way more to deal with. The bats can kind of come at you at a weird angle to where you can't really hit them, and sometimes they can eat a Vulcan cannon shot. I'm not entirely sure why. And you also have these flamethrower cannons that are present in, what's this stage? Storm Eagle. So take your time there because the flamethrowers do hurt there. Now the reason I'm doing post commentary is because I initially while playing this and trying to concentrate so hard because I've only played this mode a total of 3 times, including what you're seeing right now. So this is not exactly a pretty run, and there are things I'm going to accidentally skip, but thanks to the power of editing, you're not gonna really see that. I'll point it out so you understand these jump cuts. But this is something I wasn't really looking forward to. As I mentioned before, the amount of enemies they throw at you is not exactly beginner friendly. This is supposed to be more of an advanced mode, but the design philosophy behind this is that the enemies are placed to where it can make up for the large arsenal that Vile has. What I mean is this could be Vile's last stage, or Flame Mammoth stage could be Vile's last stage. They don't really have a stage to where, yeah, this could be your beginning stage, so it's a little easier. They have the same amount of difficulty, but because they throw so much at you, it's gonna be kind of hard to really figure out where to start. And I can't stress this enough, Chill Penguin is probably the best first boss to go for. But actually talking about what's on screen right now, the ride armor for Vile is the most powerful ride armor, probably in the series honestly. Has decent armor, doesn't really have health, more like a timer, and when you take damage, the timer goes down. If you get the weapon energy orbs, it will actually restore that timer. And once you eject from it, it creates a powerful explosion that damages enemies on screen, regardless of how much time you have. But yeah, you need that in order to get the heart tank that is found in the igloo. There's a heart tank in each stage for Vile, which he will need more than X, I tell you what, because he's a pretty frail boy, I'll tell you what. His red armor also comes with a Vulcan cannon, with a spread shot. Really, it's really nice. You can clear out enemies relatively easy and just keep them at bay. You can't move, quote unquote, while firing it, but if you jump and shoot, man, then you can get around that limitation. But yeah, boss battle.
I've never seen a Maverick who thought he was a hunter before.
Hunter? Ha! I've never once entertained such thoughts.
Waha! Good answer, but you're still acting crazy. What exactly do you plan to do?
Same thing I always do. Crush anyone and anything who gets on my bad side.
You're finished!
Wow, you're bothering him, not the other way around. It's just like if I was just coming here to basically kill them for no real reason. They're no threat to them. This is, again, it's a what if scenario, but it's really stupid. Bow's motives just make no sense. But yeah, Chill Penguin. He gets stunned from the standard Vulcan cannon shot, so you can take advantage of that. But really, whenever you get a chance, specifically from when he slides, use the napalm bomb. And he gets stunned from that too, so long as he's not prepping up an animation, but he'll take damage. Aside from that, Chill Penguin's battle strategy is basically the same. Just keep your distance and shoot at him, and you'll eventually get it. One of the easier Mavericks to defeat in general. There are other candidates for your first Maverick for this mode, but this is definitely the best option just because of what you get. And we'll see shortly. I don't know why you thought it was a good idea to pull the handle again. Doesn't do anything, but whatever, mate. I do like Vile's victory theme. It's pretty good stuff. So yeah, now that we defeated Chill Penguin, the next fight. This is me trying to remember where it's at. I apologize for that. I probably should have picked this up. But the next Maverick that I'm going after is actually Storm Eagle. Now, whenever you defeat a Maverick for the first time, you do get some new weapons and or upgrades. In instance of Chill Penguin, we get Distance Needler and Frozen Castle. Frozen Castle adds armor to Vile, so he'll take damage better. Distance Needler has really good range, but it can't fire as fast as the Cherry Blast. But I think it's better than the Cherry Blast. So yeah, let's just get started with Storm Eagle.
Storm Eagle.
I'll show you how strong I am.
Alright, so Storm Eagle stage. With the new arm part we got, as I said earlier, it does have a slower rate of fire, but it is more powerful. It can pierce through enemies, so if there are enemies lined up, the enemies behind your main target will do damage. Pretty good stuff. This part can be a bit annoying. You have to dodge these green dudes with the mace. I have no idea what the names are, but you also have these enemies that is the equivalent of the claw machine at Dave & Buster's. What you want to do here, if you want to avoid damage, is try to get grabbed by this guy right here and then let him carry you over. Wasn't working for me until now, and the timing was kind of off, so I ended up taking quite a bit of damage. But I think that's the intended way to do it, because you can't really jump over that enemy. But that just goes into a problem I have with this game. It's like you either take a hit or do some convoluted way in order to minimize the damage. I probably could have killed him off, but because of the scrolling platforms, it was kind of hard to keep him on screen, because as we all know, Mega Man is, as a series in general, is known for enemies just respawning on the screen like 2 frames later. It's kind of obnoxious in this mode in particular, just because I'm trying to be careful, and then next thing you know, an enemy respawns. But whatever, I'm trying not to complain on this commentary, but there's just so many issues I have with it. It's inevitable. So if you come over here, talking about the game, you can actually come up here where the sub-tank is for X, but there's a platform that goes on the ceiling of this, we'll see with the roof of this building. You will find a heart tank for Vile. Now if you go inside this building, you will find a riot armor. And cut, because yeah, this one took me a few tries. What you have to do is get this bad boy across this bottomless pit while taking care of the cannons, in order to reach another thing. I almost died right there. So the thing about this part in particular is sometimes the enemies won't drop those weapon energy. I was lucky right here, but the first run I actually didn't have. Well, I had a couple of weapon energy drops, but it wasn't enough to sustain this armor all the way across. Now once you make your way across, punch this container, jump out of the right armor. That probably blew up that enemy that's going to respawn, and you'll get a sub tank. But yeah, all there's left to do now is just make our way to Storm Eagle. The stage plays out pretty much the same. It's just the enemy layouts, the number of enemies for that matter too. If you go down where the Light Castle originally was for X, there's actually nothing there, so I'm not even bothering to show that off. Yep, just take your time. That's all I can say. You don't want to rush things. That enemy that was kind of going back and forth, that doesn't appear until Spark Evangel stage for X. It'll appear there for a while as well. That's me being petty. Anyway, boss battle with Storm Eagle.
So it begins.
Vile, I have no reason to fight you. We're in agreement there. I have no reason to fight you either.
In that case, stand down. You're just confused, Vile. That's all.
I've always hated you, Storm Eagle. You and that smug face of yours.
Step into battle.
Why did I initiate a battle? I guess he felt offended that he got called out. I don't know. But Storm Eagle, he's... Why did I just say Storm Eagle? Without a doubt, one of the easier Maverick fights in the series. Just easy to dodge. When he dive bombs at you, just move left and right. Because when he initiates the dive bomb, it's like the target is predetermined once the sound effect actually starts. So if you're moving, the spot that is locked onto will be more likely behind you. So keep that in mind. But yeah, he wasn't really that aggressive. Granted, he's not aggressive to begin with, but this is another candidate for your first Maverick, because just like Chill Penguin, you do get an upgrade to Vile himself, along with some weapons. Now, once you defeat certain Mavericks, other weapon types will open up as well. So you'll get a different type of weapon for his arm, different type of weapon for his shoulder, and a different type of weapon for his leg. What we get from defeating Storm Eagle, however, is once I actually, choose my next Maverick. I think at this point it doesn't really matter the order I go in, but I'm trying to go in an order that's less egregious for me. Do I go Spark Evangel? I'm thinking about it. No, I think I go launch Octopus, but I was actually considering going Spark Evangel. Okay, I was sitting there for a hot minute, but you get the long shot gizmo and the bang away bomb as well as Speed Devil. Speed Devil increases Vile's movement speed, so it makes things a little easier as far as dodging enemy attacks.
Launch Octopus.
Alright, now we're going to be taking on Launch Octopus. And yes, we did get upgrades from Chill Penguin and Storm Eagle as far as Vile's natural abilities to movement and armor. That's it. Those are the only two you get. Kind of disappointing. Make more sense to... Well, really, I don't know what else they would do. Maybe something that would help him detect hidden things more. I don't know. I guess there's only so much you could do, but it would have been nice to Vile have fun with things. So as far as Launch Octopus, if memory serves me right, all the enemies that appear here are Warden X's run as well. There's nothing extra to it. It's 1-to-1. There is a sub tank in this stage, well, the heart tank, which we'll feature later. This boss is much easier for Vile. He can shoot the angler if you wanted to, or just, you know, lay carpet bombs. Like it's no thing. Defeating the, destroying the angler will actually get rid of the iron jaw the fish has. It'll make the fight a lot easier though. These enemies are kind of annoying as Vile as well, if only because I don't really have a weapon that can easily handle them, so it's best to just skip them if you're going by my stage where it is. Yeah, this interval shot was able to take care of him. So here's the one minor difference that this stage has for Vile. If you go up here, the sub is still up here, but you'll notice there's a platform that goes back and forth towards the rear of the ship. I was impatient. I think I do just cut. So if you just wait for the platform to move back towards the ship, you can easily jump on it. Just wait it out, and you'll see the sub-tank floating at the top of the water. I'm not sure if these would float or not, but whatever. Yeah, just jump once you see it on screen. And bam. I think... I won't say it's necessary to have the speed upgrade, but it definitely makes it a lot easier to get the sub-tank. So yeah, destroy this ship. It'll break the hull that's under the water. Now, I'm giving the idea to kind of fill up my sub-tanks by destroying these enemies, but the second I get the idea, they decide to not even drop them, so I just say screw it. There is a better way to fill your sub-tanks, and I'll show off later. But now they're killing the crap. This boss is really easy. The Vulcan shot, once again, it just eats away at this enemy's health, that we're going to see later. A lot faster than X's standard X Buster. I do like that detail, well, as far as character-wise, because the...
Oh no!
Anyway, because when Vile first fights off against X, by the way, that's a heart container, same for X, he does give X a bit of trouble because he's just... a lot more aggressive where X is hesitant. I like that attention to story detail as far as the character's arsenal. So we're gonna defeat this guy again. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. JK, I don't believe you. Too easy. So why did the drop come off his tail that time, but it was like a segment from his body? Maybe I missaw that, but that looks weird. Anyway, boss battle.
Well, look what the catfish dragged in. You plan on betraying Sigma, do you?
I'll tell you one thing. I don't like working for others.
A tough guy, hmm? You're not half bad. I like you.
I don't care if a pitiful fool like you likes me or not. I'll show you how an artiste fights.
So we're fighting because he gave you a compliment. Whatever. The launch Octopus, a bit different from how I fought him as X. The strategy still applies in that you're best just to shoot him so that it can eat the missiles, but because of the nature of Vile's arsenal, the missiles won't always get caught by your shots. So yeah, whenever he does that whirlpool, lay a carpet bomb as he's landing to get massive damage. You can try to jump and shoot, but because of the specific Vulcan arm that I had, it wasn't as viable strategy. If anything, the default Vulcan arm would have been the best option for that, to deal with the missiles, that is. But yeah, after defeating Launch Octopus, I believe now we are actually going to go to Spark Mandrill. Eventually. I am so deep in thought. For something I'm just making up on the go. And we defeat Spark Mandrill, you get Humorous Crush, Bonsai Beetle, and 2 other things I was unable to read out loud. Alright. So after defeating Launch Octopus, we get access to missiles with the Humorous Crush, Bonsai Beetle, and Serotinal Bullet. Now you can actually get these weapons earlier without even having access to the weapon category. So just keep that in mind, because that happened with, I believe, Storm Eagle.
Mandrill.
Alright, Spark Mandrill stage. As with X, depending on the stage order you go, it can greatly, well, not greatly affect, but it can change a few things from stage to stage depending on the order you go in. Because we took on Storm Eagle before coming here, the power is flickering on and off since his ship crashed into the, I want to say it's the main power source that's causing this. So yeah, it can be difficult to see the platforms sometimes, but just take your time, you shouldn't have any issues. So those gecko-like enemies on the ladders originated from Boomerang Wanger stage, but they're actually pretty frequent throughout the stage. Somewhat annoying. I didn't realize how many ladders there were until I saw them here, and I was like, this is kind of annoying. These enemies that glide across the screen and light up the room are kind of annoying for while as well, but that's mainly due to the type of weapon I have. Because it doesn't have a high rate of fire, it's more likely I'll just get clipped by them, just trying to break them. So we have these cannons as well, which appeared also in Storm Eagle's stage. And then those cannons on the side of the walls that actually originated from Sigma Palace stage. Interestingly enough. This boss, the Vulcan Cannon can take care of it, as well as the Carpet Bomb. Yeah, for X, it takes a bit of time. Usually you would have to go with Storm Eagle's weapon in order to take care of him. This enemy placement can be a bit tricky because the electrical discharges go at an angle, and I wasn't really catching on to what was happening at the time. But yeah, it goes at an angle, then hits the wall. So my best advice when you're going against that enemy in that particular situation, just hug the wall and fire at him when he's not firing at you. Now we are coming up to the heart tank, which the ride armor is required. Well, it's not required, it's just one of 2 ways you get it. The other is a method I don't have at the moment. It involves a type of weapon that you can unlock by defeating, I want to say Boomerang Wanger. It's a shoulder type cannon. Something to note is that we actually saw it in Chill Painting stage, but I had a massive brain fart when actually playing this, is that the riot armors will respawn if you just go off screen a little bit. So what you want to do here is come over here and you want to abandon the riot armor at the peak of your jump in order to get into that ledge. The thing is, it is so hard to see. So this is going to take me a few tries, but I thought I had to actually die in order to get the riot armor to come back, but no, you just have to go off screen and it will respawn. So I died, I think, once, and then by accident, that's when I remembered, oh right, I can just have it respawn on the screen. If you want to make that heart tank easier, don't beat Storm Eagle first, but at the same time, Storm Eagle's upgrade is too good to not go for. But that is an option if you want to make that particular instance a little bit easier for yourself. And here comes the part that's just has a few bottomless pits. Some of the floors that you can actually jump on are lit up in order to help players out, but I'm just not noticing they're not really lit up here. So you know what, never mind, I'm a liar. Okay, I'm either thinking of a Sigma Palace, which this does return, or the start of the stage. But yeah, once you reach a certain part, it will light up. Anyway, boss battle.
Time to get started. Vile? What are you doing here?
I should ask you the same question. What are you accomplishing by acting as Sigma's cheerleader?
His plan's not wrong. At least, I don't think so.
Any plan involving X is wrong. I'll put a stop to it.
But why? Question. So, wow, smart management. I haven't talked about this, but the Maverick bosses do have weaknesses to certain weapons that Vile can acquire. And the thing is, they can be weak to multiple types of weapons. I think the Vulcan cannon that I had equipped just happened to be his weakness, but he doesn't go into a stun animation, so it's actually better that way because you do get off a ton of damage, but you're not wasting time just going through that same animation of them getting out of stun. So yeah, that's the first half of the Maverick faction that we've taken care of. In the next part, we're going to start with Boomerang Kerwanger. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you then. Take care, y'all.